30.
144. Can't do that.
20. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Clear.
All right, March 16th, Sunday. 2025 Dallas Blowout, B&C rig.
175 protesting 22.
Oh yeah, 117, I did a penalty.
B&C rig all day yesterday. Woke up to a little A rig today. Nice long course. I don't know what direction this is. North? Northeast?
It is north.
North wind today. Freezing balls. Get some video today. Hopefully I learn how to use my camera today. Had a lot of blank files yesterday. Epic sailing. It's only going to live in our memories. So we head upwind on the first beat. It's like it's Dr. Jimmy Sears in the 74 boat, Boy with a Dream, and the Shaka on the sail. Blue. Heading over to get on starboard first. Just crosses. Looks like Mr. Greg Gust, the 281. As we try to get up to the windward mark. Looks like Jimmy's going to make it, no problem. First that windward mark's always a good thing.
1-2 protest 281. I wouldn't do it, but I hit 117 while I was ducking. I tried to keep it.
As Jimmy first the windward, first the offset. Got Brig North on the inside of the offset. Bar Batzer, the 175, made up some ground after a little contact at the start. So we head downwind.
Remember 22, you gotta leave the offset to port.
A-rig is still building a little bit. So we got Jim Sears in the 74 out front. Bar Batzer in the Batzer and Botzer, no R, Bar's last name, the 175 on the outside. We've got Brig North with 2 R's in his name on the inside and second. Got Tony Gonzalez out there in the yellow boat, or no, that's Brian Shores in the 117, our leader after day one. 801 boat, that's Big Beard Eric the Viking in the 801. Sorry, I don't know Eric's last name. I think it starts with an M. But in the hunt, and then wearing them down, Steve Landau on the 1-2 boat.
I think I'm clear ahead of you, Brian.
Try to get the knockout for today.
801, I'm ahead of.
Risking life and limb next to the edge of the dock here, just waiting to be hip checked into the White Rock Lake.
Why are you going in there, 801?
Dr. Jim still leading the parade. As we head back upwind, our leaders tack on to starboard to pick their way through the fleet. Jim chooses to go to the right a little sooner before he tacks. Going to cover everybody.
What are y'all doing?
There are 3 basic rules of sailing to learn. Uh-oh, little party barge out there. Got Bruce Huckabee, Chris Macaluso. It's no way to win a race here, folks, but check back in with our leaders. Dr. Jim in the 7-4 boat. Brig North in the 1-1, hot on his heels. Missing his trademark oil derrick. So Brig's falling behind on the graphic arts department. As Bar Batzer, the 175 boat, heading up on the inside.
Starboard 43.
Clear. Don't point up.
Got the Rogers brothers in the race together. A fleet today. Dennis with a broken wing. We'll have to tell you about that later. Only tell that story in person.
Yeah, don't put that on.
I will not, Dennis. I try to be respectful.
I don't want to get canceled.
Highbrow humor from this videographer here. As Jim Sears keeps pointing a little low, might have to throw in a little mini tack, and Barr's going to come up and say, "Starboard!" Jim makes it, but Barr's going to squeak past. Barr's got the formula here today. Formula One, the 175 takes the lead, even though troubled start, grind it down, big long 2-lap race, never give up. As Barr takes the lead from Jim. This guy's got a lot of points to make up on Mr. Brian Shores, our day one leader. Third place looks like Brig North still, followed by Brian in the yellow 117. And Pride of San Diego, Dennis Rogers in the red boat, leading the red boat competition, just ahead of Todd Carico in the 09 boat. So navigate some downwind traffic. Back out to our leaders. We've got Mr. Barr Bouncer out of Florida saying, "Jimmy, I know how to go faster. Follow me." Jimmy says, "Eat my dirty air, Barr." Barr says, "Ha, I can go fast in dirty air." Everybody sizing up this inside mark as head upwind, and come in for a finish here on lap 2. The rocky dock rocking. Barr and Jim tacked together, heading towards the finish line on starboard.
Orange and green.
Got to navigate some downwind traffic. As the boys head up to the finish line. Looks like Barr's going to get there first. 7.5. Dennis goes on a flyer to the outside, coming in on port. See if he makes up some ground. Looks like that might have paid a little bit. As Jim Sears comes in second. Dennis squeaking it. Not quite. Looks like he'll make it. Dennis will win the red boat competition in the 4-3. As we come in for the rest of the finish. Nice comeback, Barr.
Chuck, I think you missed me. Yep, guys.
20. 10, 9,
Still nothing in
8,
there, 998.
7,
I'm getting pushed down by
5,
11.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, come on, Brig. Please kiss me first.
Alright, little A fleet race, some custom hailing going on here on Sunday morning. Don't worry about it, Dennis. I'll Photoshop it later. They're off on the windward beat. Got Brian Shores out front. The 117 boat. Gonna relocate away from the squeakies. As we head upwind. Some weird shifts on the last race. As is that the 909? As port versus starboard. Starboard unrolls.
That's too damn close, guys. 1-2 protest 117. 1-2 protest 117. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
There, guys.
It doesn't matter. You don't need. I gave you a warning. No, there's nothing in there. There's no warning. There's no warning. Thank you, guys.
Alright, we got 117 out front. Some rules discussions.
Anyone taking any penalty on that?
Everybody needs to do turns because 336 was starboard on that whole deal.
Yeah, me too. I was in like.
It's 2-2.
Was behind me.
Philippe.
Behind me, so.
Our Raging Cajun out there in second. Got John Rogers on the inside, the 144 boat. Tony Gonzalez in the 5-1. Lenny Bowes in the A Fleet, the 9-7 boat. Jim Stinson, the 4-4 green boat over there. Brian Shores does a turn for some tacking too close penalties. So head downwind. Relocate now. Looks like Southern California standing tall in this A Fleet. We've got John Rogers in the 144 out front. Lenny Bowes, the 9-7. Philippe in the 2-2 boat from Houston. Tony Gonzalez, the 5-1. Got Barbatzer coming through there. As John rounds first.
I'm inside of you, clearly.
Philippe misses the mark. Got Brian and Chris Macaluso on the outside mark.
Red boat. Yeah, you go.
As we head back upwind. Chris Macaluso trying to cross on port. Gets across quite a
inside you if you leave room for it. Touch. They didn't touch.
Oh, we sure did touch. I got you, Tony. You're good. That boat, starboard.
As we head back upwind, we got Chris Macaluso coming to the near side. Brian Shores out there, a little higher. Philippe outside. Everybody trying to get back to the right. Pressure's out there to the left. Buoys are to the right. It's Chris in the 3 boat. Tucks onto starboard, heads back upwind. Barbatzer, the 175 boat coming up strong. Got a good position here. Controlling the fleet a little bit. Not sure where Bar snuck up the inside here, maybe. Good decisions, clean living. Puts you in first place. Got Tony Gonzalez in the 5-1. Professor. Our RC professor, wealth of knowledge. Heading upwind here.
Let's try to do a little better job.
Watching his tail flutter.
Luffing up 22. Coming up to headwind 22.
You gotta drag it back a little bit.
As we head to the windward mark the second time, looks like Mr. Chris Macaluso's out there. Got Brian Shores, and I'm thinking Barbatzer in the 175. So Chris in first, Brian second, Bar in third.
Starboard red. Protest. 336 protest the red sails. You hit me. You tapped and I am protesting
Guys,
you.
just protest.
I am protesting you.
No, that's fine.
4-3 boat, Mr. Rogers, Dennis Rogers out of San Diego in fourth. Somebody's got the low battery signal going on. Brig North, the 11 boat in fifth. Tony Gonzalez in the 5-1 and 6. John Rogers was in first, now back to 7.
What are you doing, 22?
He's out of control.
God darn.
So check back in our leaders. Mr. Chris Macaluso, number 3 out front, leading the parade. Brian Shores getting a little puff there.
9-7 protest 2-2.
I think he's
got a
big problems.
He's doing perma circles for you.
Yeah.
He's going to do circles all day with that.
Just my luck.
Can't get his controller back. I don't know.
Philippe.
It's 22.
Well, looks like Mr. Brian Shores got some gains on Chris Macaluso in the 171. I'll try to get both gates in. As Brian rounds the outside, Chris right behind him. Chris usually not much of a follower, but these gates are pretty wide. Bars on the inside. We'll see if any changes there. There's Dennis and Brigg route on the outside. Brigg in the 1-1, Dennis in the red 4-3.
I'm inside, Todd.
As
Get there.
Brian and Chris come up, they got to shoot in on port here. Chris tacks first, Brian second. Chris coming up. Brian might get it. Bar still.
117.
Starboard.
3.
Like there, he's in third.
5. 1-1.
Starboard.
Starboard out there.
4-3. 1. 2-8.
You have to give me room to finish.
2. 9.
Starboard coming into the mark.
4.
Starboard, guys. 74.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
801 OCS.
Ooh, Johnny just made it.
I think I had like a half an inch between me and him.
I know. Bar was doing you no favors on that one.
Player 01
That was
clear.
perfect. He did it perfect.
What's that?
He did it perfectly. He didn't let me mess up his start.
Yep.
He squeezed him just a lot of people would have closed out and hurt their own start.
And
I
consequently,
did a speed test against him.
Bar's out front in the 175 boat. Silver boat, gray boat, 144, John Rogers out of San Diego. Hot on his heels, got Steve Landau powered up in the 1-2 outside.
Wow.
Coming in strong. Little localized winds here. Got Todd Carico in the 09 boat, red boat on the inside. Greg Gust out there in the 281. All the usual suspects in the mix. Tony Gonzalez in the 5-1. Brian Shores, yellow boats teaming up. In the 117. As they sail into the doldrums. Dully doldrums. Wishing they had more twist in their sails at the moment.
Are you on port? I'm on starboard there, 17. Windward bullet. You're on port. I'm not on port.
I identify as a boat on port.
I'm hard over.
As the wind comes back, bar still squirting out front. The 175, Steve managed to cross the whole fleet in the 1-2 boat. Says, I like what I see. We see some dark water coming. We're batting down the hatches as the big wind comes our way. As the sun glares my viewfinder. Puff's coming. Who's going to be on it? Bar's going to ride the way. Bear Batzer in the 175 boat. Gonna ride that puff downwind.
He just screwed me.
Out front, looks like we got into second there.
He let me in there with the boat a little.
Mr. Greg Gust in
Yeah, just
second.
wait a second, okay?
John, the
Yeah, let's see what this puff does.
144. Tony sneaking inside of John as they go around the offset. Cordial sailing going on at the moment. We'll see what happens here at White Rock Lake.
Yeah, wait till after the race if you don't
As
mind.
Bar's still out in the 175.
Mark, I'll wait for you, obviously.
Greg Gust in the 281.
Yeah, when it fills in, it might. Let's see what it does when it fills in.
Get my glasses on. Maybe I can see my viewfinder. As the Park and Steer Regatta Dallas Blowout continues. B&C rig all day yesterday. Seems like a distant memory now. Got Bar still out front, the 175. Greg Gust trying to conjure up his namesake in the 281 boat. Tony parked in the 5-1, and Mr. Johnny Rogers on the outside on a flyer. Got to the new wind first. Those big boat sailors, they know how to sniff it out. Johnny sniffed it out first. Brian Shores sniffing it out. As the boats that came to the inside parked, Bar got the memo. Turns out towards Johnny. Says, Johnny, you're not going to sail by yourself.
You know what? This puff is filling in nice now. I would just leave it.
As the rest of the fleet gets powered up now, says, hey, let's go sailing.
I mean, you can go up and take a look if you want to, but
Everybody running in groups.
don't block the wind.
Still got Bar Batzer out front, also known as Bear Batzer or Bear Botzer, depending on which part of the country you're from. But Johnny got a big benefit heading out to that new wind first. Going to follow Bar around the outside mark. 175, probably 144. Greg Gust in third in the 281.
Yes, sir.
Yellow boat crew coming through. That's Tony in the 5-1.
You know what you can do?
Brian in the 117.
Go down to the gate and just
Ulf,
close it up.
the
Just
58
the
Red
main
Sails
boat, close it up
boats.
a little bit, about two or three boat lengths.
As Chuck LeBehu, our PRO, tries to give some course correction of our mark setters.
Chuck. This isn't finished. No. That's the second lap. We're not finished.
There's Bar, John, and Greg Gust come and tack to each other. Bar tacks, gets a little height. Johnny just says, I see some more texture on the water. I'm going to keep aiming for it. And he does. Closes some boat links on Bar. Got Greg Gust in the 281. Mr. Brian Shores on the outside in the 117. 998, Mr. Mark Ralph, local sailor here. Trinity Yacht Club. Everybody rocking the overbend wrinkles. And their sails a little bit.
Yeah, do it now. Actually, just wait. Wait until they come around.
Here we are at the Dallas Indecision Blowout. On when to move marks, when not to move marks. Who's going to move the marks? As Bar on the 175 gets the windward mark for the second time first. Tony sneaks inside Johnny, tacks on top of him. But they're making around clean. Actually, that was not Tony, that was Brian. Jam it in there, Shores. the 117. As the rowing crew comes by to show us what real speed looks like. Some girls, eight place cruise, stroking on by. Bar still out front. Brian has worked his way into second in front of John Rogers on that. Got Todd Carico on the 09 boat. Sorry, Todd, if I'm screwing up your name. As the rowers coming by, speeding on through, not respecting their sailing course. Here comes the choppers. Chop coming through. Got Bar out front. Brian in second. John Rogers in third. Todd Carico in fourth. Mark. Well, 998? I'm not sure who 998 is. Sorry. Does a little U-turn and a park in the middle of the road. Bar to the outside. Looks like everybody's going to the outside there. Tacks right away. Brian rounds and goes a little ways and tacks. Johnny does the same as they point towards that far end of the finish line in the fast breeze. Looks like Bar gets that one. Brian was pretty far ahead after day one, 20-ish points, so Brian can probably come in second all day long, still win the regatta. 117 coming in second. Johnny Rogers in third, most likely. Chris Macaluso clawed his way back up in there.
Excuse me. I tried not to do anything.
And that's another Sunday A-Fleet race here on March 16th.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All clear. Don't come down there, 09.
All right, A-Fleet race, slow-mo Sunday in Dallas White Rock. A-rigs, smooth water. As we head upwind, looks like Dave Hoy, 336, scored it up front, but we got Bear Batzer, as I like to call him, in the 175. Got Brig North on his hip in the 11. Heading upwind. I'm kicking myself because none of my video came out from yesterday. Only a couple races. Pretty epic B and C rig conditions. So good test of sailing this weekend. Every rig being tested. We even had a D rig sail and promote with a D rig. First time we know about that in competition. We got
telling me no to tap, and I tapped away.
the
You said, am I crossing? I
And
said no.
I said no, and I tapped.
Oh, come on.
That's
What do you want to
exactly
do?
what I
Have
did.
you ever made a mistake?
No. He hasn't.
All right, Mr. Barbatzer in the 175 makes the windward mark first, followed by local favorite Brig North in the 1-1 boat. Missing his oil derrick. Maybe he's not channeling his inner Earl Campbell this weekend.
Yeah. I don't think I'm ready.
As the big wind sailors get a little test of the light wind, which we get to sail in on the west coast all the time. But everybody in a straight line, tough to see.
I'd overstand it, boys. I'm sorry.
Everybody kind of standing behind the boats at the moment, looking for wind in all the wrong places. I think that's a country song. As Barr increases his lead 1 millimeter at a time. One thing in light air, stay away from other boats because it just slows you down. We see a little dark pass. We'll see if Johnny the Magician plays his trick again. You see his bow pointed toward the gray stuff out on the outside.
You're an observer. Can we use observers in bigger races?
Got some big gains in his one race before that. As the dark water comes downwind, maybe it comes out on the video. Be ready for it, Dennis. Be ready. Hopefully it gets here before the end of the race.
You gotta use your mark one eyeball.
I think it will. Let's check back in with our leader. Still in front.
Yeah, but you're gonna get
Barr in the 175. Briggs getting some big gains on Barr right now. Really closing the gap. But don't blink, you might miss it. Who else we got out here? We got Ulf from Sweden, who never saw colored sail. He didn't like.
well, we probably need to
Got Brian Shores in the 171 out there. We got, I think I see a boat moving.
outside.
This boat with the red stripe here. Who is that? Oh, is that that's a Baron. That's our Dallas Baron.
Herd of turtles.
Get Baron's last name. One of the new sailors. He got a new servo from Tony. There's Johnny. Got that. Look at him. He saw that dark water. He must be listening to my video. Johnny's heading out to the wind. He's gonna just roll the fleet.
Go, Johnny.
Did I call that one early enough, Dennis?
Magic Dragon.
Or it was pretty obvious. So Johnny Rogers in the 144 waves at Barbatzer as he goes on by.
Bye, boys.
Says, always sail to the new wind, Bar. You should know these things. And Mr. Brian Shores in the 117 got the Johnny Rogers memo. Says, I'm going to jump on that train. Brig North shuffles back to fourth in the 1-1. As Barron wonders what happened in the 1-5 boat on the inside. Got Todd Carrico, the first red boat in the 0-9. Ulf's dropped anchor in the 5-8, and the rest of the fleet. Here's the meteorologist up there analyzing the wind. As Barr and Johnny and Brian Shores just
What did you learn today?
grouped together.
Don't come with your dad.
No, always turn your boat on. That's the rule. Get a nice Boston whaler. Those are handy too.
As Barr goes to the outside in the 175. Brian Shores right behind him. Brig north and fourth. As they head back upwind. As that outside mark was a nice one. Wind looks favored. Brig going out there. A little bit on a flyer.
Starboard 58 up.
That's a lot of money to not just,
Very expensive.
As the rest of the fleet messes with each other.
Yep. Don't know why, because there's no damn wind. I think there's two people out there, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack now.
No, I think it's a dog. I think he's got a dog on the paddleboard with him.
All right, well, Johnny had a little glimpse of glory, but Barr back in control of the fleet, covering his competitors. 175, Brian Shores in the yellow. 117, Brig North and 11 boat. Johnny Rogers in 144, Todd Carrico moving up. Moving day for Todd, 09 boat. Says Barron, follow me. In the 15 boat.
I'm on the outside of you.
Big gap to the rest of the fleet.
Robert, look up the boat over there. Paddle border.
I think you came in after the 4x1 circle and left my transom. That's why.
The paddle. He's swimming to the paddle.
Paddleboard rescue!
All right, it's like Baywatch around here at Dallas.
Go, guys, go!
White Rock Lake.
Let's coop. Calm down.
They're not fine. No, the other guy's dragging you. Hell yeah, they're not fine.
No, we got
Oh,
what are you doing, Doug? 13 minutes.
But there's no wind.
Go, go, go!
Skill or is it just a crap show?
Right there, green!
Paddleboard!
There's no wind.
let's rescue the whole fleet.
Green, hit the boat or go! Go!
All right, well, here's all the skippers. A little color commentary.
That'd be really awesome.
Up on the top, praying for wind.
He still hasn't seen him.
Rescue! Paddleboard! Paddleboard!
To your right! Kayak! Paddleboard!
Let's all yell in unison. Oh wait, there's some action. Hold on.
Okay.
The red boat,
Watching my clock.
little skipper spotlight of Dennis Rogers and Ulf going downwind on the upwind.
We got another 10 minutes to go.
Ulf is, got rights. He might be just taking Dennis up out
Okay, well,
if they're actually moving.
on Tuesday, we keep the race going.
Both boats on port. Oh no, Ulf on to starboard. Dennis on to starboard. This is a tacking duel of the century here, folks. But let's check in on our leaders. Things have gotten crazy up here. I think I only get 20 minutes of filming, so we're 10 minutes, 53 seconds in. As Mr. Brian Shores, the super rake on his mast, got secret numbers that he tunes his boat to. Found out by an inside reporter recently. So Brian just dominating and punishing Barr right now as heads upwind.
You don't have the ability to get back on your paddleboard and with your dog,
You don't need
you
to
shouldn't be out
there.
there.
Well, it's glad our paddleboarder out there has provided some entertainment for us during this race. Got something to distract the leaders as the rest of the fleet is coming in strong, coming in hot. There's our rescue board out there helping a paddleboarder. Looks like the dog's the only one going to survive. He's on the paddleboard right now. Let's get a super slow-mo of
Guys,
that.
we're abandoning this race.
Oh no.
No. Look how good I'm going right now.
Wait, 15 is not last.
We're not going to say, hey,